So, Black Clover, chapter 367, and this is peak Black Clover. I mean, just imagine this getting animated, the way Asta returns, and the way the Black Bulls are going to gear up to fight against every one of the side villains, because this time it looks like even the rest of the Black Bulls can actually defeat the villain. Let's just hop on to this chapter, guys. But before we continue, if you could grab the subscribe button and get me to 500 subscribers as soon as possible, I will be really grateful. So, yeah, without further ado, let's start with doing the recap and the breakdown. So yeah, it looks like Asta's single attack actually, freed Damnatio from his spell that, Lucifero or the demon, the villain, the previous magical knight or the wizard king actually put on him. Yeah, that guy. And I still, to this very day, forget his name when I'm doing my videos. So yes, Damnatio is freed from this spell and he actually thinks or thanks the Black Bulls, kinda, because he thinks for of all the people in the entire world, the Black Bulls were the one to save him. So yes, that is kind of a thank you, but this is kind of gross. So, Damnatio scale magic is kind of an OP done right kind of magic, and I think Damnatio might be used in the next upcoming fights. But I don't know if that's the case because I think the author might actually, as well go to the route where Damnatio is too injured because of his fight with Asta and he just has to sleep until medication arrives. That could be the case too, and he might not actually make an appearance back in the story until the very final chapter of Black Clover. Asta runs back to his injured fans who are literally dying as we speak. I mean, look at the Black Bulls. They actually were suffering an entire collapse in the previous chapters. And so Asta returns and sees that the Witch Queen is actually healing them in in a kind of orb stuff that she is actually holding. And it's actually working. And it looks like they are on the verge of being, dead, but suddenly they are actually alive yet. And the Witch Queen also explains that this is all due to Nero's, sealing magic that she was using on the Black Bulls. And, Nero is actually happy because she was the one extremely devastated by seeing her friends die in front of her eyes. And just knowing the fact that it was her magic that protected them, she is happy. I mean, I did say this in my previous chapter breakdowns that Nero's magic is the only thing that can save Black Bulls, and the Black Bulls might not actually die. And it's kind of a tease that the author is trying to give us, I mean, suspense. And I always believed in Nero. There was never a day that I doubted Nero. Well, everyone are happy that they are safe and they won't die, and everyone actually made out alive. But the Witch Queen, who is outside the orb, says that in return of trying to cure them, she is kind of losing her power. So, we see a really old witch queen look at Vanessa and tell that she is gonna be her successor and she will be the next witch queen after her. And even Vanessa is shocked by this. And it looks like this is it for the witch queen. We already have our first casualty from our hero's side, and it isn't a member of the Black Bulls. It's really nice that we have a nice touch of, passing the torch or destiny, something like that along the lines for Vanessa. I really think now I know where Vanessa is going to be after we finish this battle at the end of this chapter. I think she is going to be the next witch queen and she is going to rule the land of the witches or the witches forest, which I am really, really into. I mean, I really like this kind of story arc and I really like the way that witch queen went. And this witch queen who kind of hated Vanessa is now giving her legacy to Vanessa. That's a great touch. The Witch Queen turns to Asta saying that, do you have a plan, anti-magic boy, to win? And of course, Asta says yes, and he also thanks the Witch Queen because Asta knows that this might be the last time he can ever see her, and also he has a plan and he can win as he tells Leap to come out. So we get a flashback with Ryudo, Ichika and Asta, and Ryudo is explaining the laws of anti-magic because it seems that one of the applications of anti-magic is Asta can actually spread anti-magic onto an object like his katana for an example or his swords like Demon Dweller, and he actually uses that to fight against the demons because it seems that he can actually send that Asta anti-magic waves through an object, which is how he actually separates others as now. And Ryudo actually observed this. So here's Rudo's theory. If Asta can bestow anti-magic power by pouring it into things, then why not try sharing it with other people? I mean, he wants him to practice to share his anti-magic power with other people that he knows, and there's a good chance that he can actually pull it off now that he's learned Z10. So it's going to be amazing that Asta can do that, and since they don't really know that much about anti-magic, it's worth a try, and that's what Ryudo says Asta. I really like the addition of this flashback scene, and I mean this specific scene, because this actually proves that there might have been a plan all along from the author or the mangaka, and that's what makes me wonder, did the mangaka always have this plan of Asta's ability to share his power? Because I mean, he's been doing this ever since day one he got his anti-magic. I mean, he used to spread his anti-magic into his swords. Could he have done that so many times alone, and this was the plan all along, or was it something that he came up eventually? But yes, this is an interesting twist, and this does give us a goosebumps kind of moment that I always get when I'm reading Clover's action scenes. Then, in the final two panels of Black Clover, we get the most epic scene from this chapter, and that is Asta actually uses his anti magic power and he spreads it to the Black Bulls, and the entire Black Bull squad have the anti magic power in them now. That means that they can actually use their powers against villains and free them from their magical, bonding that they have with the main villain, as we are shown the text that we, the Black Bulls, are the strongest, implying that they are the strongest group in the entirety of the majors that are existing throughout the country. So that means the Black Bulls, the lowest of the low, have become the highest of the high, and looking them in this cool new black aura is amazing. Now that we have seen them get injured and almost dying, but seeing them like this is a treat for all the Black Bull fans. I want to keep my videos as short as possible, so since we are done with the recap and the breakdown together, I think of ending this video right here and now. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe, because I do many Shonen Jump content. I will be back next week with more Clover, or maybe if it's delayed, probably later. But yes, I will be back, and I will be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Chainsaw Man, and the greatest of all, One Piece on this channel. So if you don't want to miss out on that, subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, sayonara guys, chan out.